So this is our second group session in the New Life Circle, and we are going very slow, and there's intention behind it, because unless we are first aware of our position where we are and we are able to observe ourselves, we cannot really change because we have no reference point. So the first step is really to become aware and to observe where we are, what we are, and from there we can very, very slowly go. We will go in baby steps, but this is really important to set the foundation properly. So I don't want to rush through it. It's different than in these workshops where we just pack content, but here it's really about experiencing. And experience takes time, so I want to give you the time that is needed to really feel these very subtle shifts, and that you will notice them over the time. And we have also time in between to experience and to practice. So before we start with our first exercise, I would like to ask if any of you had some experiences, if you were able to practice, some of the home exercises which I gave you. Did you notice anything? Do you want to share anything? Or do you have any questions? Anything which comes up? I will always, because we are a small group here, so we have this opportunity here in this small circle to do this kind of sharing. Yes, Pamnanji, please.
Thank you, Malati. Yeah, so my experience was I started off writing and just, as you said, not think about, dwell on it too much, and just allow yourself to write. It was very interesting to see kind of, it was almost like an outpouring of, what was going on in the day that I hadn't thought about. And even though sometimes it was disturbing to see what I was writing, but I just, I wasn't trying to go back and read it again.
Yes.
But what I was writing, but at the same time, uh, that I was able to just express actually what is happening and what I was thinking at the time, in that moment. It also found a sense of peace in that I'm acknowledging that at least. Um, and then because you can never really figure out where do you go if you don't acknowledge where you're at,
Yeah.
right? So that's what I found interesting. I did write quite a bit, and then the last few days I ended up didn't write as much, but I kind of did like this new process where before I went to bed, I would just sit there or for like 5-10 minutes and just what am I feeling, right? Why am I feeling that and all these things. So I was just trying to integrate it in the process that I could do anywhere or at the time.
Thank you. This is very good. This is really the first step, and what you describe is exactly the experience which we can have. This feeling of peace and the perspective widens. At this stage, we are not trying to analyze or to improve anything yet. It's really just observance, and that can result in this feeling of wow. Suddenly, I feel space. I'm experiencing myself in space. I feel stillness. All that can happen because usually we have an agenda and we go straight to it. We are acting with a very clear purpose, and we're not stepping back and reflecting so much and just experiencing. So that's why we are doing these practices, and today we are moving one step forward by not only experiencing but asking ourselves from where we are experiencing life. Who and from where is this happening? And it is not yet about improvement, it's just about recognition. That we recognize, and today we will also go over the 4 stages of consciousness or awareness. and to become a little clearer from where we are operating. So this will be our first exercise, and Ladil is just joining perfectly on time for the first exercise. Welcome. So let's just arrive here, and if it feels comfortable for you, then gently close your eyes and take a comfortable position. We're going to do a little meditation and awareness practice. So just arrive here and close your eyes. I'm going to play a little bit music. So bring your attention to your breath for a few moments and breathe naturally in and out. And you can notice thoughts as they appear. And there's no need to follow them. You can just notice whatever arises and let it fade. Notice if there are any sensations in the body. And go there with your attention. And now notice that there is something that is aware of the thought or aware of the sensation that you're feeling. And let your attention rest there as simple awareness. And from this place of simple awareness, we can begin to notice something important. Life is not only experienced, but it is also lived from somewhere. And this is about the 4 levels of awareness or of agency. Human experience can be lived from different inner locations. And these are not psychological traits. They are positions of agency. They are the answers to the question, who or what is acting here? And you are already familiar with these 4 levels, but we're repeating them here to make them really clear. And notice, this is not about a hierarchy. It is not about trying to achieve something, because that is not possible. It is lived experience. So for now, we are only noticing, nothing else. The first level is to me. That's the victim consciousness. At this level, agency is outside. It is the perception that life is happening to me. And the inner sense is whatever's going on outside of me is happening to me. I cannot change it. And this level is not wrong, it's simply effect-based living. And we are slipping also from one level to the other. It's just about creating awareness. Level 2 is the by me mode, the achiever awareness. Here, agency becomes personal. It's driven from your ahankara. I decide, I manage, I make effort. The inner sense here is, I will make this happen by my effort. And this level brings empowerment and also often tension. Level 3 is through me. This is the flow state. At this level, agency is no longer coming from your small ahankara. Action still happens, but without strain. The inner sense is, something is moving through me. I'm the instrument. And the simple distinction is that in the by me level, I initiate something. And in the flow state, through me, I allow. The fourth level is by Him. That's the level of surrender to the supreme will of Bhagavan. Here agency is transcendent and personal will steps aside. The inner sense is, this is being done. It is in alignment with Bhagavan's will. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And you don't need to move consciously between these levels. because they shift naturally. Recognition is enough at this stage. And now we will do an integrated recognition exercise. We will explore these levels experientially now. Nothing to change, just noticing. Bring to mind a simple, neutral activity, perhaps from today or the last few days. And just notice, from where is this being lived? Is it to me, by me, through me, or by him? And now bring to mind a mildly challenging situation, nothing intense. And again, don't analyze the content. Just notice the location of agency. Who is acting here? From what focus? If effort appears, that is by me. If contraction appears, that may be to me. If ease appears, that may be through me. If trust appears, that may be by him. And no level is a mistake. Each one can be recognized. we are now slowly completing the inner part of the practice. And we are transitioning into a mapping exercise. So slowly begin to bring your attention back to the room. Feel your body. And when you're ready, then gently open your eyes. So we will directly transition into writing. And you're welcome to use your left hand, your non-dominant hand if you like, but if that feels too difficult, no problem, use your right hand. But I request you to not be in your head while you do this. Just write whatever comes to you without analysis. So again, we are looking at these 4 levels. To me, life is happening to me. By me, I make things happen. Through me, things move in a flow, or by him, aligned with the divine will. And please notice what is most consistently operating for you in different areas of your life. And do not analyze, but go with the first honest sense. I will give you the bullet points, a few terms, areas of your life, and where you feel you operate from in these areas of life. This is what we are mapping here. To just write down as you feel. Where do you operate from in your work or in your seva? Again, this is only awareness, no attempt to change or improve anything. The next is finances. The next is emotional life. Next, relationships. The next is health and body. And the last one is spiritual life. And now let the writing become more open. Now we are reflecting on the following questions. From which level do I most often live? And how does my body feel at each level? And what changes when agency shifts, even slightly? You have 10 minutes now to reflect on this. And just write it. There's no need to fix anything, no need for interpretation. We're just journaling, becoming aware. we are bringing this exercise to a close, and I would request you to just sit for a few more minutes in silence. You may notice that just by this awareness, by noticing patterns, the identification already loosens. So let us just sit and observe what we experience. Just reflect about this experience. So welcome back. And as we are coming closer to the end of our session, I would invite if anybody wants to share anything. It's not about analyzing, but if you want to share any experience, you're welcome to do so. Was it difficult? Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite difficult, and I catch myself at it. For me, it is quite difficult to separate the feeling of detachment and the feeling of letting go through me everything. Because as I understand, the first one is like not good thing, the detachment, pain, ambivalence to everything. It's not the same as letting go everything through you. So yeah.
What was that? Detachment is not the same as
Yes,
flow.
letting go through
You.
you, the third state of mind. And also, I was catching myself that maybe it differs um, uh, what you think and what you do. The things, the thoughts, and the actions is different.
They're not aligned, yeah.
Mm.
I think our main challenge is that we already want to analyze it. And at this stage, we're only experiencing because everything else comes a little later. So to just notice what is happening without immediately saying, okay, this is good, this is not good. Here I'm, detached, and here I'm not at the level. This is difficult, and we're not used to that. That's why it's difficult. And of course, we're also not used to these different stages. But we will, if you like, we will do a little home exercise where in different situations, we just stop and ask ourselves, from which level am I operating? Let this awareness become part of our daily lives. Because if we want to reach a certain state, we have to really first create this awareness and then feel the difference. Without feeling the difference, we cannot intellectually get there. That's the main thing. If we intellectualize, we cannot maintain that. It's not possible. That's why also surrender, we cannot intellectualize. This is something which naturally happens when we have reached a certain level of bhava. So through this whole process, we want to get to a level where it's natural. We are coming to that state naturally, and not by effort, and not by mental strain and analysis. And it takes time because we are creating our neural pathways every time we do something different, which we are not used to do. So please be patient with yourselves and compassionate and observe. Yes, Jack.
Yeah,
Mm.
I had one question. It was interesting. I was reflecting on something you said about, if something feels easy, it might be through me, or it feels tense, it might be to me. Um, would you say that as we're doing this reflection throughout, our day-to-day lives, do you say that the feelings we have in our body would be an indication of what it actually is? Because sometimes I feel the mind is not necessarily trustworthy,
Yes,
or it overestimates itself. But if I feel very tense, or something is hurting, uh, or the heart just like sometimes flutters or something like that, that might be a better indication. But I'm not sure.
absolutely. Yeah. All this work is through the body. We're bringing everything to the body. We're trying to bring our awareness from our heads, where we usually are. Most of the time, we live in our heads somewhere here. And we try to bring awareness to the body because the body is reliable. Our body has intelligence. And of course, we are not only working through the body, but everything we have to be grounded in the body to have the full experience. And from there, we can, then we can operate with our left and with the right hemisphere. We can synchronize heart and brain. And then we are really, whatever, from that position, it's a very powerful position. And then we can we can also discriminate. We are in a much stable condition to really understand what is going on and to evaluate the state. So yes, what you feel in the body is definitely a very good indicator of where you are at.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
great. Ladili, I don't hear you. Oh, you have to type. You have no microphone? Okay. Okay. Well,
Maybe Lily, I can call you. You can ask your question on through WhatsApp.
yeah,
Okay,
okay, good.
I'm
Good,
calling
good
her.
idea. Great.
Let's try.
Okay.
Hi, Moons.
Ah,
Is it working?
good, good.
Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, super. Thank you so much, Janava. Yeah, so creative. It was just to share my experience. To me, it was something I don't know. I don't really know, and I just let it go. I kind of accepted that I just couldn't reply, and it was so nice in a certain way just to let myself in this state and just letting things coming when something was coming, and just to say that's okay. I mean, and I was so relaxed with the music in the background. This in itself just was great, so relaxing, and I could feel my state of mind changing. And I was thinking, well, yeah, of course, that's normal. How can I like this spontaneously, reply to all this? I thought that's okay. That's how I'm. That's what happened for me
Mm-hmm.
through the exercise.
Okay, that's very good. Yeah, that's all that's needed, really. We're not we're so used to this, to results. We're very result oriented, fruit oriented. So that's why it feels like,
Yes.
we feel actually, if after this session you feel a little bit confused, then you did it right. That's really the
Ah.
then you did it right, because everything will build up. So all perfect.
Yeah, but that's the first time it's nice to be confused. Thank you, Melody.
Well, thank you. Thank you again for your patience. And so that will be our little home exercise, to stop from time to time in our tracks and just notice, from where am I operating now? And again, just noticing, not judging, just noticing, so that we understand better our modus operandi. That, okay, mostly in these situations, this is where I operate from, this is how it feels in the body, this is a reaction, maybe how people react to it, how I feel. We can just notice it.
Melody, can I add?
Yes, please.
Yes. So my experience, it was very hard for me. I want to actually like do it again because I couldn't stop the criticism and the thinking. It was just too intense.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed it, so that's at least a good thing about it.
Yes.
But then, I was confused. I was like, actually, I don't know. But then I was angry that I didn't know. So it's really hard. It's a very hard exercise, but I'm sure that once it's more, grounded and you know more how to do it, I think it will be perfect. But for now, it was actually a struggle for me.
Yeah, yeah, I believe. But good. I mean, that's brave that you did it and whatever came up. So yeah, very good. So I think you all did very well in the unknown. And so I'll send you a little sheet with that home exercise, very simple. And you're welcome to share also between the sessions, of course, what came up. And in our next and probably last Grow and Heal workshop, we're rounding up the whole thing where you will become also a little bit more, a little bit clearer. And all these things we are going to deepen and practice more. Okay, so let us end with our Om. Let us imagine we are sitting together in a circle. We can hold our hands and let it come from deep inside. Let it really come from inside and just pour it out and be in this vibration. And open all your microphones, please. Let us take a deep inhale. Oh.